What is up, everyone? We're back in here once again for another episode of the Weekly Win Streak. It's your boy TP3 Bets, and as always, I'm joined by none other than the man himself. What up, bro? It's been a minute, man, since we've done this show. I was out in Vegas, was recovering from March Madness. We've just been all over the place the last couple of days, but we're dialed back in. We're back in the city, bro. How are you doing today, man?
We're doing great. The sun is shining. It's warming up. I have a tea time on Sunday. March Madness tomorrow. It's all good. How are you, brother?
Man, we're doing great. We had a successful trip out to Vegas. We won a lot of money playing craps, which was awesome. And then what else did we do, man? We hit the pool, stadium swim out there at the Sobag guys. It was just a great all-around experience, so we've been pushing that, pushing the stream on Instagram and whatnot, and now getting back on here, getting back in the swing of things with the Weekly Win Streak, guys. But I promise y'all we'll be back on here doing these shows every single day for y'all. Saturday, I might be questionable. I got to move, actually, this weekend, so I'm going to have to fit capping games in with moving on Saturday to get everything out of here, but Sunday, obviously, we have church, so we usually don't go live on Sundays. But yeah, man, just trying to fit everything in. But yeah, Vegas was awesome, dude. First day went out there, got my ass handed to me, went to bed as a loser. Woke up the next morning, and you know what? I was like, I refuse to accept defeat. I'm gonna go take I woke up, got a coffee, got some breakfast, took a little walk into Circa, made a video, and then after I made my video at Circa, I went and played some bubble craps and won a quick $200 to start the morning out. And I was like, you know what? Vibes are high. We're about to hit stadium swim. Let's have a freaking day. And, got my ass kicked again betting on games. But that night, me and our producer Bryce went on a little side quest, and everybody was like doing their thing. I was like, man, we got to go eat some dinner. We went and ate some burger and fries, and we just walked around to these random hole-in-the-wall casinos, and we're just playing all types of just random bullshit games in there. And then, but after, bro, it was insane. So then we were walking back. I was like, dude, let's go in the Golden Nugget. I've heard a lot of good things about the Golden Nugget. Never been in there before. So we go in the Golden Nugget, bro, and we play group bubble craps. And I put $60 in and turned, because we were kind of fucking around, just like I was like, let's bet with $100 here and see what we can do, and just keep bouncing around casino to casino. So we get in there playing group bubble craps. One's turned $60 into $680. It was one of those things where like the guy rolled 38 times in a row. So I don't know if you all know how to play craps or not, the people watching, but so he hit threes when everything was off. I was on the pass line, obviously, so I lost. Technically, he was still rolling, but at that point, I was like, wow, I just won $680. I need to get the fuck out of here and go watch the second half of this Oregon game. So, I went and did that, went to bed. Me and Bryce smoked a couple of joints out on the street, and then we went to bed. Actually, he might have stayed up. Then the next day, woke up, of course, you got to go back to the machine to see if it really is like that. I think I won like another $400, $300 back at that machine the next morning. And then had like an okay day gambling, did pretty good on the actual games themselves, though. Hit that 3-leg parlay for everybody, hit the max play in Arkansas. Yeah, we got our get back big time that day. And then with that night, played some blackjack. It was like me, Bryce, Nasty, Frankie J, like some of the Sobag guys, won some money playing blackjack for like the first time probably in my career. Then I went to bed, and then the next morning, it was Sunday, man. Stayed there for a while. I flew back on a red eye. So Sunday morning, naturally I woke up, went back to Old Reliable, played some bubble craps, won another $400. And then I threw down the dumbest parlay ever. It was like $500 on Florida and Duke money line. So I was absolutely stressing Florida. I was like, wow, I just wasted $500. What up, Travis? And rather than stressing about it, I went and played craps again. As y'all can see the common theme here, won another 400-ish, it was a little less than $400, but around $400 again. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm done gambling. I'm going to go watch the bets play out. They played out well. We went 3-1 again, and I got out of town. So not a bad week.
Damn, bro. Not a lot of people make it out of Vegas green. You know what I'm saying? So to do that is like, you know what? You like lifted your leg and pissed on Vegas, and then you just walked out.
Dude, it was especially after the first day. I lost like $600. I was like, all right. I was like, I'm just gonna start out the day with $100 and see what I can do with it. And we battled, and we finally won some money, man. So that's what you got to do. You can't chase your losses, and that's one thing with craps. I will say, like one thing I learned playing craps is like you just got to go to the table. If you don't like the vibes, it's all right to play a couple turn rolls and then get the fuck out of there and go regroup and then go back again. But the key to craps, you just got to get on there when somebody turns on the hot shooter, and you just got to ride that hot streak, baby. And the second it ends, you get your money and you get the fuck out of there. You don't chase on craps. So I think we learned some valuable lessons. We had a great time, and hopefully be back soon. That being said, bro, before we get into March Madness and everything, have you done any research for MLB season starting off tomorrow?
Yeah. I've looked into some stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Really quickly, full discretion. You explaining that, you texting me before and telling me part of that story and explaining it, I still have no idea how the fuck to play craps. This is the wildest fucking thing ever. Are you all right? Are you betting on somebody else rolling a dice that he's going to roll a certain number?
So yes. So essentially this is how you play craps. So there's a bunch of numbers on the board. There's a bunch of side bets. Let's just focus on the main thing. So you're rolling the dice. So they have what's called a pass line. You put your money on the pass line when you start out. If they roll so there's nothing on the board yet. If you roll a 3, then you lose on the pass line. But if you roll a 7 or 11, you win whatever bet you have on the pass line. And then if they roll any of the numbers on the board, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If they roll any of those numbers, then then there's a chip that says offer on. The on chip goes onto that number. And then what happens is you want to spray the board. You want to play all the numbers outside of, obviously you want to play all those numbers for like whatever the table minimum is. And then you want to double down on the pass line. So then if they can roll the number that it's on, you double or triple your money or whatever you put down there. And then if they roll any of those other numbers, you just keep winning. If they roll a 3, nothing happens. If they roll an 11, nothing happens. If they roll a 7, though, everybody loses. So basically you're just betting they don't roll a 7. Obviously there's other side bets where like you can bet even odd. You can fade everybody and bet on that they're going to roll a 7. You get crazy odds. You can bet on like specific combinations, like that they're going to roll like 4s where both dice are going to be showing 4, not like a 6 and a 2. You know what I mean? Like all kinds of shit like that, and get odds, all kinds of side bets. But that's the main gist of craps, basically.
Okay.
So when it's on, you don't want a 7. Yeah. So but when it's off, you would love to see 7. And it was insane too. And that guy was on that 38 rolls in a row heater. He rolled like 3 7s in a row. And like when I was on the heater, when I rolled 28 times in a row, when it was off, I rolled like back-to-back 7s. So it was insane. Like, dude, people were throwing down like odds, like insane, like high, like 11, like 11s or like hards and all types of shit. And they're like, yo, throw for shooter. Like they were throwing down for me. The guy next to me, bro, won like over $1,000 while I was rolling. Nice. I got up and he's like, oh, you're leaving? I was like, bro, it's just the way I play. And he's like, you're the fucking man. Like, dap me up. And he was like, if you need anything, just let me know.
That's sick. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I was like, hell yeah. So yeah, that's how you play craps. But with that being said, I have done some preliminary research for the MLB. My first play of the season tomorrow is probably going to be the Pirates -1. Yes, I did on my challenge I'm doing for the MLB season, roll the Pirates. So I'm going to have to bet on their games for the next 15 days, but for the next 15 games. But it's a serious bet, though. I mean, like, you look at the Marlins lineup, bro. The Marlins lineup is ass. Like, it is the worst lineup I think I've ever seen in my entire life, outside of Xavier Edwards. And even I think Xavier Edwards is a little overrated. So I think the Marlins are completely horrible. And I think that Paul Skeens is probably going to get like 12 strikeouts. So I'll gladly take the Marlins or take the Pirates -1 in this game. Sandy is pretty good, but it's going to be his first game back from injury. We like him tomorrow.
Yeah, I like that play a lot. I looked at it. I honestly like the money line at -155. I'm okay with laying chalk in baseball. Yeah. -1, if you can get it, is good. Really like that. And you got Skeens, the live young arm. He like missing time is like nothing. He's just gonna bounce back. He's like a college kid. He's ready to rock and roll. He's been skipping rocks and drinking beers all freaking off season. And I agree. Sandy, what is it, Alcatraz or some shit like that?
Alcantara, yeah.
Yeah. His elbow, his arm, his shoulder, his neck, all sorts of shit's fucked up. He's old. you got to give them time to get back into the things. I really like that play. Honestly, I like the Royals tomorrow a lot against the Guardians. I'm here to tell you, the Guardians bet their win total under 83.5. I'm here to tell you that right now. It's minus 115. I live in Cleveland, so I can't in good faith do it, but I just wanted to see what the number is. That is fucking laughable. They are going to be if they're not the worst team in the AL Central, they'll be the second worst team. It would not surprise me to see them finish the season worse than the White Sox. They have
Chill out.
power. They have no power. They have no hitting.
Wait, where did they trade Jimenez to? Let's take a look at their lineup. Is it it was the Blue Jays?
Yeah, it was the Blue Jays. You're right. The Blue Jays, yeah. And we traded Naylor to fucking Diamondbacks.
Oh, they did. All right. Steven Kwan, dog. Jose Ramirez, dog. Manzardo. Oof. Carlos Santana's hitting 4th. Lane Thomas.
Trash.
Okay. Yeah. I do like Lane Thomas, and all right, no, if they can fix what Nolan Jones is supposed to be, he's going to be a stud. But I mean, he's horrible in Colorado, and I mean, if you can't hit the ball in Colorado, you can't do much. Which is also weird too, because Nolan Jones was like a huge prospect for y'all, and then y'all traded him to the Rockies, and now you wanted him back. I don't know, man. I'm not really buying Manzardo. Manzardo is supposed to be like this big time young stud, but he hadn't really impressed me so far. So. I mean, dude, the Guardians typically do it with pitching. I do agree the rotation doesn't look too hot either. Yeah, you might be right, bro. I think we need to sell high on the Guardians to start the season out.
Fade them tomorrow. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Mr. Reagans is on the mound. He can whip it in there.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right. I think we'll be fading the Guardians tomorrow. I don't hate that look at all. Actually, we'll save March Madness for tomorrow because I think tomorrow we're just going to break down the 4 games, give a free play, and get off. So we'll save March Madness talk for tomorrow, guys. Lots of shit popping off there. Bro, you're moving around a little bit over there.
Dude, my dog just literally sat his fat ass right on my tripod and just scooched it over.
Damn. What is your tripod on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got one of the big-ass ones. I got both. I got the big-ass one that's behind my desk, and then I got this little mini one that I use when I shoot my videos. All right, let's get into these games today. We got the NBA, guys. It's pretty much all it's on. We got NIT action as well. Neither of us have any action for NIT. Let's talk, though, about tonight's games. Bro, you want to lead us off? You got to play in the biggest game of the night, in my opinion.
Yes. Yeah, I can lead us off. And listen, I'm going to give a play. I'm still going to give my player prop. I'm still going to give it. People were giving me hate. If he doesn't play, he doesn't play. Okay? But I think it's a sharp play, and I have a lot of history, and I have a lot of trends, and it didn't look that bad. And everyone said that Tatum wasn't going to play, and look, he's fucking playing, so eat a dick. Here we go. The play, though, is you can tell what I get. Never mind. Okay, so Lakers money line. I like this play a lot. Lakers Pacers is going to be a highly anticipated game, a highly watched game. I think it's on ESPN or TNT. It's prime time though. I'm here to tell you, I think Luka continues his dominance. Just so you know, he has 4 straight 30-point performances. But the reason I'm taking this is because, one, the line is all over the Lakers. It makes no sense. Why are the Lakers favored when they're on a 3-game losing streak, and they've lost 7 of their last 10. However, the Pacers have won 5 of their last 6 and 4 in a row. Or a 5-game win streak, 7 out of the 8, 7 of the last 8. Like, why are the Lakers favored, especially at Indiana, where Indiana is much better than they are on the road? That, to me, is telling you and telling me this Lakers team is finally coming into full health. LeBron needed a game to kind of get his freaking cobweb shaken out. He played a lot better last game. Rui Hachimura's back. They're finally getting everything finely tuned. They didn't look amazing against the Magic, but also the Magic's just kind of like a bad matchup. They're very, very physical. And Indiana is the exact opposite. They are soft as fuck, terrible on the inside. They are 28th in opponent points in the paint. Yeah. LeBron, Luka, all those boys like to get to the paint. And also they foul way more than the league average. And Luka and LeBron have been living at the free throw line. So I really do like the Lakers here. T, you're the NBA guy. I know it doesn't make any sense, and I know everybody hears "What up, bro?" say the Lakers, and they say "Ay, Dios míos." What say you?
Yeah, I'm just kidding. No,
No.
I think this game's too hard for me to pick anything in. Indiana is 6-3 against the 6-3 to the over as a home dog by 6.1 points per game. They just absolutely cooked me taking the over against Minnesota earlier this week. Dude, their data is really weird right now. They actually have a decent defensive rating, but they're first in the league in pace, which really doesn't make any sense. They're 2-9 against the spread in their last 11 games, so that's a positive for you right there. I really don't know what to make of Indiana and what they're doing right now. I'm staying away from this game, but I agree, bro. Like, I don't think they really have the wings to match up with Luka and LeBron. Yeah, the Lakers feel like they're favored here for all the right reasons. The Lakers really hadn't played that great in their last couple games either, so it feels like a type of spot for them to stop the sliding. Both teams still do have playoff seeding to play for. That's something you got to take into account right now. A lot of these teams are pretty locked in where they're at. Indiana's still trying to get that 4 spot from Milwaukee and kick Milwaukee to the 5 or the 6. They're technically in the 4 seed right now. So I would lean with you in this game, though, with the Lake Show. The Lake Show trying to keep that 2 seed out west. So, yeah, I would lean Lakers. I think LeBron, Luka be too much. You got Hachimura back in there as well. So, like, the Lakers are getting their full roster together. And like you said, they've had a couple games now. So this is kind of put it together spot for them. For me, guys, I've only taken one pick so far. Looking at one other game, I just got to be sure of the person Bro is going to give the player prop on is going to go, and I got to be sure the team they're playing isn't going to pull off some little bullshit ass injury report manipulation stuff like we see in the NBA. So I'll be waiting close to game time to play this one. I am going to take Devin Booker to go over 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This is the only play I've sent out so far today, believe it or not. Usually I send out like hella plays, but this is the only thing I've locked in so far today. All right, so Bradley Beal's out of the lineup, which has historically been a good spot for Booker. He's gone over this line in 15 of 23 games without Beal in the lineup. Additionally, with 1 day of rest, he's gone over this mark in 6 of his last 11 games. Something interesting there. The Suns are fighting desperately, guys, to stay in the playoff race here. They have a ton on the line to play for. I think Booker will play over 36 minutes in this game. And last time they played against Boston, Durant was the one who took off against Boston. I think they're going to key on Durant here, opening things up a little bit more for Booker. And Booker might fuck around and score 40 points all by himself here. I really think he's going to go nuclear in this game. Phoenix is playing a lot better ball right now. They're second in the league in offensive rating in their last 5 games as well. Boston is first, so both these teams are playing offense right now. I think this is a huge spot here, though. Boston has nothing to play for, even though Tatum apparently is going to play now. They still have nothing left to play for. So I think this is the perfect spot for Phoenix to push pace and Booker to have a big-time game and explode here. Give me Devin Booker to go off. And also, too, I think yesterday was the anniversary of his 70-point game. So
it was.
Yeah, so maybe Booker wants to give him a little something.
It was. T, I really like that. And for what it's worth, guys, I think the Suns might be a sneaky play today.
I think they are too, for sure. I just don't like betting against Boston. Like I've thought betting against them so many times when it's a sneaky play, and it's not. I will say though, at 6.5, Phoenix is very enticing now.
Yeah, it's I think it's above 7. I think it's 7.5.
Wow, yeah, they definitely are a little enticing there. Another interesting line was Toronto catching 2.5 against Brooklyn. And who the fuck is Brooklyn to be laying 2.5 points? And I mean, this Philadelphia-Washington games. So I think that obviously everybody's going to be playing Quentin Grimes over 25.5 points. I think it's a good look, to be honest with you. But at the same time, I really could see Philadelphia sitting like all their players in the fourth quarter to make sure they can tank this game and lose. Washington's been getting beaten up a lot here, so Washington might win this game. It is insane to see Philadelphia favored. I mean, we have 2 of the most junk games I've ever seen on the schedule. Then you have Denver versus Milwaukee, which typically would be a great matchup. No Giannis, no Dame.
Yeah, it's a shame, man. It sucks to see Dame go down probably for the season.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe forever. Like, that's some scary stuff, man.
I don't think he'll go down forever, but yeah, it definitely does. Dame time.
Yeah. Absolutely. I love that play. So, T, you have no other action locked in?
None. I'm looking at two plays. I'm looking at that over in the Knicks game, and I'm looking at Aaron Gordon PRA. The line just jumped as I was talking from 9.5 to 10.5. Means Jokic is probably playing. Means no action for me on that game. But yeah, man, that's really all I got. To be honest with you, like I don't really love anything in this Lakers Pacers game. I mean, like, what's the line set out on Luka points here? Damn, Luka double. Yes, Luka's at 29.5 points. Is he going to get a 30 ball? Maybe. Luka rebounds 8.5. He's always right around that number. Luka assists over 7.5 minus 145. Like, maybe, like, I don't know if I want to hop in on LeBron right now since he just came back from injury, but like 24.5 for LeBron's points feels like too easy, you know?
It does. It does. I mean, I do have some numbers on Luka. The last 4 games against the Pacers, 39 points, 33 points, 39 points, 34 points.
Bro might have the play right there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to stay away from that game. It's just I don't know, man. It's just like, I don't know, bro. The Pacers data is so weird right now. I'm just going to stay away from that one. But there should be a lot of possessions. They're pushing pace. They're playing good defense, which doesn't make any sense. So, I mean, I think taking LeBron or Luka over is a highly logical play here. I'm just going to stay light, though. You know, we went 3-1 yesterday in the NBA. I don't really love the slate, so I think we'll just go with one other play and call it. I know you got another play for us. Let the people know what you got.
Yeah. Guys, make sure you're following us on all social medias at TP3Bets, at What Up Bro, turning on notifications and the alerts so you know when we go live. We're going to try to continue to be consistent here, but we've been going on Instagram with Full Card Sweep, and you get extra free plays there. You get extra engagement there. A lot of good stuff and giveaways. So make sure you're following us on Instagram at TP3Bets, at What Up Bro. Thank you all for tuning in today. Last play. Listen, I got some hate for this, and I want to ask, just generally speaking, for all of you out there, how much are you guys selling your picks for a month? I just want to know. Here, no. Listen, I like the feedback every once in a while, but man, give it a break here. I don't know, for whatever reason, people really don't like this play. I like it. I love it. If he doesn't play, it's voided. It doesn't matter. But I got a lot of pushback and blowback on this play. I'm taking James Harden, 20-plus points, minus 145 for 1.5 units. And I'm taking James Harden, 25-plus, plus 200.5 units. So 2 units invested to win 2 units. But here's what's happening here. Well, actually, no, 2 units to win 3 units. Since March 1st, James Harden has scored 20-plus points in 10 of 12 games. He scored 20 points in 63% of his games this season. The Knicks are giving up 26 points per game to point guards. And the last time Harden played the Knicks, he scored 27 points. Lastly, there's like history between Madison Square Garden and James Harden. Since 2015, James Harden has 21 games. And in those 21 games, he's averaging 28 points per game at Madison Square Garden. Guys, I really, really like this play. I know Jalen Brunson's not playing, but they don't have anyone to be able to defend him. And if he plays and he's healthy, he's been balling. I just told you, multiple 20-plus point performances here. I think going over 20 should be a cakewalk.
I love that.
Thank you. Hopefully it hits. Hopefully he plays.
Y'all know I do, since James Harden's my favorite player, but I love that even more. The reasoning is all sound right there. I think that definitely will. And let's put it this way. My play in this game means there's going to be a lot of points scored in this one. Also, too, for what it's worth, when they played earlier this season, it was a blowout. So the fact you went over in a blowout, another good sign here for you, bro. Harden's been playing well down the stretch here this season. So I like that pick. Guys, we'll be back on here tomorrow. Like Bro said, we'll be doing our live streams over on Instagram as well. Be back on here tomorrow, dropping free picks, dropping free plays for y'all, breaking down the Sweet 16 matchups for y'all as well. Bro, anything else you want to say to the people, man, before we get up out of here?
Tomorrow, March Madness flash sale for the VIP. We are doing 40% off, almost 50% off the VIP package. Guys, it's time. Get in there. All the plays. MLB opening day starts tomorrow. It's a huge day tomorrow. Guys, TP3 has a March Madness only package. He has an MLB season pass. He has it all. This guy, he's like the farmer's market. You just stop at one stand and he's got, lettuce and carrots and cucumbers and peppers and onions and fruits and berries and steak. He's got it all. T, what do you got for the folks before we get out of here?
Let's get some fucking money, guys. We appreciate